Stay fresh music.
Yo, so what's going on guys, it's your boy LaazrGaming. Welcome back to another GTA 5 video. So as I'm sure you guys are aware, recently Rockstar Games have been releasing a ton of brand new content, including cars, warehouses, apartments, clothes, you name it, Rockstar Games are releasing it. Now with all of this brand new content, I have received a ton of messages and comments from you guys asking me can I put together another best money making method video. Now usually I'd like to focus on one epic money making method per video, however I have realized there is so many different levels of players that watch my videos. Some of you guys might be ranked 600, some of you guys might be ranked 10, some of you guys might have a warehouse, some of you guys might only have $500,000 in your bank account. So instead of me focusing on one epic money making method in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the top 5 best ways to make money as of today. Hopefully you guys do appreciate me covering much more methods in one video, as like I said, I'm sure all of you guys are aware we're all different ranks, we have a different amount of skill ability, and what might be the best money making method for one player might not necessarily be the best for you. So at least if I cover 5 different methods, there will be at least one that all of you guys can jump on today and start your grind. Now I do want to emphasize all of these methods I'm showing you are 100% legit, so they will not get you banned. These are no GTA 5 money glitches. In fact, I would actually suggest you guys stay away from doing GTA 5 money glitches. When you guys see how much good money you can earn legit in game, there really is no point risking losing all of your garages and all of your money, or receiving a 2-week ban for literally just trying to make some quick cash when it's not even really necessary. So as always, if this video does help you out in any way, shape or form, and you do want to see more money making guides in the future, all I ask is you show support with a like down below, and also do feel free to subscribe if you guys are new, as I do post daily GTA 5 videos. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so as you guys can see on screen right now, it would be disrespectful of me if I didn't include this in my top 5 best money making methods. As you guys can see, for losing a game, I got over 100k, and that is basically by making the most of the new adversary mode during double money and RP, which will be going on all the way up until the 30th, so plenty of time still to make the most of this double money and RP promotion. Now as you guys saw, I did make over 100k for losing a game. That's just to show you guys whether you are winning or losing, everyone will earn a shit ton of money grinding this method. And if you guys go ahead and win this game mode and you earn all the bonuses as well as the round bonuses, you guys can earn over 300k a round from grinding this method, which is just mind-blowing. Now some methods I'm going to include in this top 5 are solo, however some of them will require a friend. This one can be done solo, however I would suggest for this first method that you guys do grind it out with a friend. So if you guys don't have that many friends that play GTA 5 online, as always leave a comment down below with your PSN or your gamer tag and what console you play on. Find someone to grind this method out with, as it will make a difference and save you guys a bunch of time in the long run. Now I have made a video fully breaking down this method, how you guys can maximize it to the most, as well as giving you guys a few tips and a few pointers on how to actually play this game mode. However, I will leave a link to that down below in the description if you want to check that video out. What I will do is quickly run through how you guys can earn the bonuses and all the different payouts depending on how many players you have, and the best one to do depending on the time spent in the game. Okay, so the first thing you guys actually want to do is be in a free roam session. This could be an invite or a public, it won't make a difference. You actually want to press start, you want to go across to playlists, and you want to create your own playlist with 3 of these new adversary mode jobs in it. So as you can see on screen, just simply go to create playlist, go to add mission. It is worth adding, these adversary modes will be located in the missions tab, so simply go down to it. And this new adversary mode is called collection, by the way, in case you guys aren't aware. Plus, after I've broken down how to maximize the money, I will also give you guys a few tips and a few pointers on how to actually play this adversary mode that will give you guys a major advantage if you guys do prefer to play this solo. So go ahead and add 3 of these new collection jobs into your playlist. Now the reason why we're going to be doing this through a playlist rather than just pressing start or going through on our phone is actually for a few reasons. One, we're going to be earning a playlist bonus by doing it through the playlist. Secondly, we're going to be able to host it straight away. None of this bullshit of trying to join lobbies, then bookmark jobs, or just relying on a random level 12 to set up the mission, so you end up spending like 20 minutes, half an hour in a game, and you only leave with like 20k. And thirdly, it's going to save us a bunch of time in the long run with the voting menus, and like I said right at the start, not having to wait for a host to back out and all that crap. Nonetheless, go ahead and save the playlist once you've made it. I will also leave a link to my playlist that I created down in the description, just in case you guys want to bookmark my playlist and don't want to go ahead and create your own playlist. But go ahead and launch the playlist once once you guys have created it. Now, this is another great thing about this method compared to previous adversary modes. As you guys can see in the bottom right, it only requires one other player to start this adversary mode. So what I would suggest to you guys is use the comment section down below, leave your PSN, your Xbox Live gamer tag, or even if you guys play on PC, and find another player or a bunch of players to grind this method out with, as you're not going to be earning more money with more players in this adversary mode. This is a big misconception. I see a lot of people usually waiting for people to join when it's unnecessary. You can have 10 people in here and I'm going to be earning exactly the same as I would if I was to do a 1v1, and in actual fact a 1v1 is much better because you have less risk of relying on random people. You can kind of dictate the play of the game, especially if you guys are better than the other player, and you can kind of choose and dictate how you want to play this game. Once you guys see how I play and how easy it is, I guarantee all of you guys will be making serious money. Nonetheless, you guys want to go ahead and set the game up exactly how I do. So you only want to have it on 2 teams, and you want to make sure you put it on first to win 4 rounds. This is very important, you guys put it on 4 rounds, so when your friend joins, go ahead and launch the game. Now the first thing you definitely don't want to do, and is quite likely as I mentioned, is to finish the game in under 4 minutes. And the reason why this is so likely to happen, because like I mentioned to you guys, once you get the first kill and you pick up the enemy money bag, then all you have to do from here is survive or hide, and it's very easy to run away and hide if you guys do have a bit of skill and you know how to use your brain on GTA 5, because you guys, as you can see, will only be earning 5,700 for winning a round, which is by far the worst thing to do, because as you guys will see on screen, we actually finished this round in under 1 minute and we got that payout. So it would have made no difference spending an extra 3 minutes in the game to get the exact same payout. So say if you spent an extra 3 minutes every round, that could add up to like 20 minutes and you'd be getting no extra money. Whereas if you literally go just over 4 minutes, so you spend between 4 to 6 minutes in the game, you are literally tripling your money. So say if you use like 20 seconds from spending 4 minutes in the game and you finished it, you're only getting 5k, whereas you literally keep an eye on the clock. Like I mentioned to you guys, it's very important. You'll be receiving a very nice 16k for only 4 minutes is extremely good. So always keep an eye on the clock, because you literally might be like 5 seconds away from tripling your money. However, this isn't even the highest payout you guys will earn. Back in the day, it would jump once again, as I'm sure you guys might be aware, if you spend between 6 and 8 minutes. However, as you guys can see, we managed to finish this game between 6 to 8 minutes, and we receive exactly the same we would if we finished it between 4 to 6 minutes, which is actually crazy to think that Rockstar have taken out this increase once again, showing you that they are on the ball. If you guys don't put in the hours like I did today, fully testing out all these methods, because I know a lot of YouTubers rush videos out and put up a lot of bullshit and fake information, just trying to tell you guys about a method that they don't even use themselves, and literally have no clue how to maximize the most amount of money or even how the payouts work on these adversary modes. But as you guys can see, we spent an extra 2 minutes in the game and receive exactly the same amount of money. So you guys don't want to waste 4 minutes waiting around thinking you're going to increase your pay, when you can just go ahead and finish the game in like 5 minutes and get exactly the same. However, you can increase the payout. The next increase will be over 8 minutes, and that will take it up to 20k, which is very nice. Like I said, with the double money in RP, you really can't complain with that. And if you guys aren't aware, with the last adversary mode, it would also increase as soon as you went over the 9-minute mark. However, this is no longer the issue with this new adversary mode. You can go over 9 minutes and you're still going to be receiving a flat rate of 20k. You can still earn the max 26k. However, all you have to do is just push it into overtime, and on the balance, that would probably be the best thing to do, because you're not wasting too much time by spending 10 minutes in the game, and you'll still be earning a very nice payout. However, if you guys are in no rush and you're sitting on GTA 5 all day with a friend, then maybe you can go ahead and set it on 15 minutes, because then you can increase your pay up to 40k per round, but you will have to push it to the full 15 minutes, so that method might not be for everyone. So now I've fully broken down how all the payouts work, I'll quickly let you guys know how the bonuses work. Increases the more rounds you win back to back. So you don't want to win 1 round, 2 rounds, let your friend win 1 round, 2 rounds. You want to try and win 4 rounds or 3 rounds straight back to back. I kid you not, I did see a comment a few months ago, someone asking me what does back to back mean. I could say Google Drake Meek Mill this, but in basic layman terms, it just means straight, one after the other, okay? Back to back. The clue is kind of in the words used. Nonetheless, to make things really clear, so you guys fully understand how these winners bonus bonuses work, I put together this little table for you guys, and this shows exactly how much you earn. And this table is without double money and double RP, which is currently going on. I just put this table together when it wasn't double money and RP, so in case you guys watch this video after, you can still maximize this method. So as you guys can see, the more you're winning, the more it will increase. So that is exactly why you guys want to try and win all of them back to back. So if you want to be really smart about it, because you can play a total of 7 rounds, remember, it's the first to win 4. If you was coming against someone who you know you're better than, let him just win 3 rounds on you, and then you can go ahead and win your 4 rounds straight after, winning all of the winners bonuses, and you guys will be earning some absolutely insane, mind-blowing payouts. Now, like I mentioned, I've just been grinding this out and fully testing it so I can break it down for you guys, and I did end up losing the game against my friend, which kind of pissed me off, but like I said, I'm not too angry because I still made well over 100k and an insane amount of RP, and that wasn't even with the max rounds played or the max winners bonus. I only managed to win 2 rounds back to back, and as you guys can see, I was still able to earn some insane money and RP. So if you guys do go ahead, like I said, and maximize the most amount of payouts with the time spent in the game, as well as earning the winners bonuses, you guys will be earning some crazy payouts like you can see on screen. These are some of the payouts when I've actually earned the winners bonus, as well as maximizing the rounds, and you can earn, like you can see, well over 200, 300k in some cases. And like I mentioned, because the losers earn such good money, there really is no initiative to go ahead and boost that method. Just play it legit, and I'm sure you guys will earn a shit ton of money. And like I said, I have already made a video fully breaking down what that new game mode is all about. In case you guys have no idea, I will leave a link down below in the description. Nonetheless, seeing as the first method does require a bit of time, I thought it only made sense that my second method is an extremely quick method, and that's how to complete the brand new time trial. If you guys aren't aware, these time trials will earn you a very nice $50,000 in only a couple minutes, and this week's time trial is under 2 minutes, so only 1 minute 44 seconds. More the reason to go ahead and give it a go. Once you guys arrive at a time trial, as you guys can see on screen, you just simply want to get your front wheel outside of the circle so you get a little second advantage, and as soon as you start the time trial, pop as many wheelies as you can. Try and stay on the right side of this road because you want to take an instant left here, and there is cars coming from the left and the right. However, like you boys can see, it's a very basic straightforward turn. So from here, just go straight, keep popping wheelies. A very straightforward and simple time trial this week, as long as you guys follow these steps that I'm showing you, because there is only like 2 or 3 different main turn-ins, so you don't need a waypoint or anything. It's very easy to memorize, so feel free to add this video to your watch later list. Come back at a later time, later tonight when you come online. However, as you boys can see, just dodge in between the cars, keep popping wheelies. However, once you guys see this big billboard on the left and you'll be approaching a garage on the right side, you want to take an immediate right and cut through the little gas pumps, as you can see me doing on screen right now. This will save you guys around 2 or 3 seconds. It's very essential you do that. It's very easy as well. I whacked off the gas pump once by accident. However, you just want to keep pummeling down this road straight. Remember to keep popping wheelies. However, you guys will notice a for sale sign here on the right. You want to take an immediate right when you see that and get off onto this dirt road. Now from here, you guys want to basically follow this dirt road. However, you want to cut through the middle of it, as you boys can see I'm doing on screen. There should be like a little line of bushes, so it should be very easy and straightforward to follow. I'm doing it at night time, which makes it harder. However, just keep an eye on your minimap in the bottom left to make sure you're going in the right direction, and you should approach this little tunnel. I decided to go through it because it's very easy to go through it and continue. You can go to the left of it. My friend went to the left of it and he managed to do it very easily. However, all you guys want to do is just keep an eye out for this little dirt path, which is kind of leaned inwards, so it's very easy to make out which direction to go. Just keep popping little mini wheelies, and then you should bounce up onto this road, and then from here it's literally around the corner. A very easy and straightforward time trial. I even eased off the gas there at the end. If you guys noticed, I pressed the brake because I didn't think I was going to make it, and I didn't want to finish it in time. As if you guys don't think you're going to finish it, you can simply just hold down Y or triangle and it will respawn you at the start of the time trial, so it doesn't really waste any time at all. However, moving straight into the third best money making method, and this is an extremely good method for both money and RP, and that is basically to make the most out of the new biker contracts during double money and RP. As I mentioned in method 1, Rockstar Games are offering double money and RP on the new Adversary mode. However, they are also offering double money and double RP on the biker contracts. Now, some of these contracts are a waste of time. As I'm sure you guys are aware, there is a bunch of different contracts, and I have fully tested out all of them. So instead of me covering all of the contracts, I'm just going to show you guys by far the top 3 contracts to do. where things get interesting and slightly confusing for certain people, because there is a bunch of different contracts to choose from. A lot of people aren't aware which contracts are actually the best paying for the amount of time you spend in the contract. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this video, is fully breaking down the top 3 contracts so you guys can all do, as well as breaking down how to earn the bonuses. If you guys aren't aware, certain contracts can only be launched if you've only got a certain amount of MC members in your organization. And not only that, as I'm sure you guys are also aware, to launch these contracts you need to do so from your clubhouse. Now when you go to your clubhouse, you only have the option to choose from 3 different contracts. These 3 contracts on the wall are completely random, so there's no way you guys can actually choose the best paying contracts even if you knew them. However, in this video I'm also going to be showing you guys how you can change the contract, so like I said, you can make the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. And as always, give you guys a few tips and tricks to actually help you guys complete these in the quickest amount of time with the least amount of stress. Okay, so as I'm sure all of you guys are aware, one of the most annoying things about doing contracts or doing VIP CEO work is that you might get a bunch of random online players coming at you, just disrupting you and just trying to be dickheads, giving you guys an unnecessary headache. A lot of the times you won't even be able to start the MC work because it will say someone else is doing work in your session, and if you guys aren't aware, only one person in each session can do some VIP work or an MC contract, which is pretty goddamn annoying. When you think about it, when it's double money in RP, if you got a session of like 15-16 players and you got one person consistently starting a new contract or starting some VIP work, it's going to be practically impossible for you guys to do your own contracts. Now, as I'm sure you guys are also aware, there was a big hype a few weeks ago or about a month ago of everyone trying to get empty public sessions, as you guys needed to be in a public session to do the vehicle exports, the crates, or any of the businesses like the weed farm or the cocaine factory. So everyone was determined to find empty public sessions. However, with these contracts, I've seen a lot of people haven't even realized you do not have to be in a public session. So the very first thing you guys want to do, and one of the most important points of doing this method, is to be in story mode, press start, go to play GTA 5 online, and simply go into an invite only session. This is going to save you guys so much time and stress from trying to find empty public sessions or getting bothered by random players or having to wait for other people to finish their contracts. And I'm sure if you guys do play GTA 5 daily, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, the second point that I want to make is that a lot of these contracts can be done solo. I would say about 75 to 80% of these contracts can be done solo. So if you guys do prefer to grind out these methods solo, then by all means you can still watch this video and get on your grind. However, what I would suggest to you guys is to find 2 other players. This will make much more sense later on in the video. However, it will open up much more options for you guys by having 2 other members in your MC. You can also do this with 1 other member, but like I said, it will make much more sense later in the video as to why you want to have 2 other members. Now, the great thing about me making this video on YouTube and not other platforms like TV is that you guys can actually use the comment section down below, find some other players, put together a nice little group of you guys to grind this method out, because time really does go much quicker when you got a bunch of people helping you out and no one is going to be losing out on anything. All 3 of you guys are going to be making exactly the same amount of money, so it's not like CEO where the associates are going to be getting wages so the CEO isn't actually making as much money. Everyone is going to be earning a shit ton of money, as you guys will see in just a second. Now, a few pointers I want to give you guys if you're going to find players in the comment section. This is MC contracts, so you guys will have to own a clubhouse to launch these contracts. If you guys don't own a clubhouse, leave a comment down below and say need MC, leave whatever console you're on, like PS4, Xbox One, and then follow that with your PSN or your gamer tag. And likewise, if you guys are MCs like myself and you need some associates, just leave a comment down below and say leave your gamer tags, I'm an MC, or something along those lines. It just makes people finding each other a lot more easier, because I did notice a certain amount of users always get a load more replies in the comment section than other players because they're much more detailed. You can also feel free to leave whether or not you've got a mic. A mic really isn't necessary because I'm going to be fully breaking down what to do in this video, but like I said, communication if you guys do want to help each other pass some time or even talk about some of your favorite LaazrGaming videos. Nonetheless, once you guys have got 2 other players now, you're ready to get into the contracts. Now, like I said, when you guys go to your clubhouse, you're going to get greeted on the wall with 3 random contracts. There is no way you guys can choose which one they're going to give you at the start. However, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys quickly how you can change these contracts to save you guys time of doing the pointless contracts, because some of them will earn you about 35k, but as I mentioned, when you can make up to 70k and practically half the time from a 30k contract, it really does add up majorly in the long run. So by me showing you the top 3 best contracts, when you guys refresh these contracts with the method I show you at the end, you will always get one of these 3 options, so you'll always be making good money. Nonetheless, coming in third for the best contracts to be banging out during this double money in RP is weapons of choice. Now this isn't the highest paying, however for the time spent in the mission, for the money you earn, it is definitely up there and one of the best to be grinding out. This contract right here on average could be done under 5 minutes and will be bagging you guys well over $40,000. Yes, $40,000 in literally just 5 minutes. So like I said, it's not the highest earner, but when you consider how quick it goes and the amount of money you get, it is definitely got to be included in my top 3. Now here's a pointer that you guys got to remember. This mission right here, weapons of choice, cannot be launched solo. You guys will need a minimum of 1 other player to do weapons of choice. So like I said to you guys right at the intro, depending on your situation and what missions you guys want to grind out, it will depend on how many MCs you actually have. So you're better off always having 2. It will make much more sense why I say 2 rather than 1 towards the end of the video, but believe you me guys, it's not that hard to find 2 other players when you're all going to be earning such good money. Nonetheless, weapons of choice, as I explained, can be done well under 5 minutes. We end up only doing it in 5 minutes in this video, but as you guys can see here, I was diving out of helis, committing suicide, my car was getting blown up. Just one of those long starts to a mission. We all go through them on GTA 5 when just shit isn't happening for you. But nonetheless, as you guys can see, over a minute has passed in this mission already and I haven't even left the street of my clubhouse. So when I say this mission goes extremely quick, I mean extremely quick. Now I'm sure most of you guys have played weapon of choice once before, so you know what this game mode is all about. However, if you guys are noobs to MC work and you have no idea what this contract is about, I'll give you guys a quick basic gist of things. So each member in the biker club will get 1 target that they have to go and take out. So as you can see in my case, my target is at the airport. It will just tell you guys where to go. It's not going to tell you guys what weapon to use just yet. However, once you guys arrive at the location where you got to take your target out, you'll receive a text message and it will say to you guys how you have to take out your enemy. Now these are extremely easy. I've done this contract several times in the past already, so I really didn't have to grind out to understand it, but I'm going to give you guys a few examples. The one at the airport is a sniper one, so you just got to keep your distance a bit. The guy's going to come land in a heli and you just got to take him out. However, because like I said, I've done this a few times, a quick tip to save you guys a load of stress and make this even easier is not to wait back. Instead, ignore the instructions, drive straight in there, take out all the bodyguards in the region, and then this VIP or the target will still land in his heli, as you guys can see. However, if you miss him with the sniper, he's going to run into the back of a car, but because you guys have already taken out all of the bodyguards, he's just going to sit in the back of the car like a sitting duck, just making this mission extremely easy. And as you guys can see, literally $41,000 in only 5 minutes, boys. This has got to be one of the most ridiculous payouts Rockstar Games have been offering us. I'm telling you lot, there is a massive DLC coming in the next few months. Rockstar treating us way too nice recently for there not to be something big coming out soon. Now it is also worth mentioning, we got 3 targets, like I said, because we actually had 3 members in the motorcycle club. You guys will get the same amount of targets as members you have in the club. So like I said, if you've only got 2 members in your club, you're only going to have 2 targets to go and take out. However, if I take my target out before my friend does, I can then go ahead and help him out. So like I said, this mission is extremely, hands down, the easiest contract to do for the amount of money you earn in the time it takes to complete it. And this is just another example of me doing the exact same mission. This one here, all I had to do was go to the movie set and literally shoot the guy with my Gussenberg. He had no bodyguards, no one trying to protect him. So hands down, compared to like vehicle export missions and stuff, these are a walk in the park. Now it is also worth mentioning, you will increase your payout by an extra 1,000 every minute that passes in the game. A lot of people aren't aware of this, and like I said, if I wasn't grinding this out, literally spending 16 hours fully testing out all of these contracts, then I probably wouldn't have known this either. So it's completely up to you whether you want to wait an extra few minutes, like I said, to get yourself a bit of extra money, or just go ahead and complete it. So as you guys probably noticed, we got 41,000 for completing it in under 4 minutes in the last mission. However, as you can see, this time it went just over 5 minutes and we all got an insane $42,000. which is just mind-blowing. For the amount of time spent in the mission and how easy it is, you really have to ask yourself, if any of you guys watching this video usually like to use GTA 5 money glitches, I really don't see the point and why you guys would risk losing your character or getting banned when you can make such good money, as you guys can see, legit, with no risk of getting banned. However, moving straight into the second method, and this is a contract called POW. Now this one is equally as good as the one I just showed you guys. You'll be earning a shit ton of money from doing this one. However, like I mentioned in previous contract, you will need one other member to do that contract. However, POW, the one you can see on screen right now that I'm doing, can be done 100% solo, and it really isn't going to make a difference if you guys have got another friend there. Now once again, for the amount of time spent in the game and for how easy the goddamn mission is, in my personal opinions, for someone who smashes GTA 5 out daily, this is hands down one of the best and easiest methods to be grinding out. Now I know a lot of you guys by now should own a Kuruma, and if you guys do own a Kuruma, or not even a Kuruma, an entity, a Zentorno, or anything that's armored at the back, or even an Insurgent or an XLS, there is a bunch of armored cars nowadays, then simply call out any of these cars for this mission and it literally just makes it a walk in the park. Now as you guys will see, this part to call out an armored car isn't even necessary. However, it just makes this mission so much more easier, to the point where you don't even have to get out of your car. Similar to how Rooftop Rumble used to work out back in the day. If you guys can remember that mission, everyone used to jump out, get their RPGs, grenades, and waste like 5k in ammo, when you could just call up your Kuruma, literally pick them off with bullets, and you end up saving yourself a bunch of time and money. Now you guys probably noticed, and if you've played this one before, what this one is all about. It usually gives you guys two options to take it. So as you guys probably saw right at the start, it said I can either go to the airport or I can go to this train station. Always go to the less distinctive spot, as that's going to be a subway or a railway route, just making this mission so much goddamn more easier. As you guys can probably see, we've only literally spent just over 2 minutes in this mission, and it did take, if you guys clocked on, once again a full minute just to get all my crew members in the same car and for us to call up the car. If you take all of that crap out, I'm telling you, this is another mission that could easily be done in just under or just over 5 minutes, which is just insane. So if you guys haven't played this contract before, all we are basically doing is going to retrieve a contact who's surrounded by armored police. Now like I said, by us always taking the subway route, and if you guys own an armored Kuruma, these police won't even be able to get a shot on you, especially if you guys just want to pull up your interaction menu. When you drive in there, hover over snacks and just keep on eating snacks. I actually wanted to park right next to these police just to see if they could shoot me. As you guys can see here, my friend ended up jumping out the car, not aware that he didn't actually have to jump out the car. But as you guys can see, the target will just be surrounded by police, and it literally took them ages, all 4 or 5 armored police, to lick one shot on me. So this Kuruma is still nice and overpowered, just the way I remember it. And I know a lot of you guys did invest in the Kuruma, as this used to be the vehicle to grind money in, so it's good now we can put it to good use, especially if all these new cars coming out. I know you guys that own a Kuruma have probably left it in your garage just collecting dust, so pull that shit out and start putting it to good use. Nonetheless, as you guys can see, that is the mission done, boys. Alright, that is it done. We've collected a target, and now what we have to do is drop him over to the DZ. This one, like I said, is slightly longer than the first mission I showed you, but the fact that you can launch it solo just means that it gives you guys more options watching this video if you do want to play with friends or solo. So like I said, it takes slightly longer, but easily under 10 minutes, and as you guys will see, we even earned slightly more, an epic $45,000 for such an easy and straightforward mission. You really have no reason to complain. And if that wasn't good enough, moving straight into the best method to be grinding out for money as of right now, and it's a contract called Guns for Hire. And to launch this contract, you guys will need a minimum of 1 other member in your MC club. That is another reason why I said try and get 2 members in your MC club, because you're better off having 2 rather than 1, as you're literally losing out on nothing, and if someone gets lagged out, you've always got someone there to back you up. Now, similar to the previous contract where I just showed you guys called POW, where we had to go and pick up a target and then deliver him to a spot, this one is pretty similar to that. We're going to go and pick up some targets, we're going to go and deliver them to the church, and then we're going to protect them for about 10 minutes or so. Now, we're only going to be protecting these dudes from guys on motorbikes. So once again, I am aware that all of us are different levels, different ranks, we'll have different cars. So as you guys can see in the background, initially I was going to do this with a buzzard. I know a lot of you guys own buzzards, but I also know a lot of you guys don't own buzzards. So here's 3 options options you can take this. Getting a buzzard if you guys own one, or if you guys don't own a buzzard, just call up your Kuruma. And then the third option is to just call up any supercar that you own in the game, any really fast low car like a Turismo, an Entity, a Zentorno. There is tons of these cars in the game now. This will make much more sense towards the end of the video. So to start this mission off, you guys will have to collect 2 cars, and as I did mention, this contract can be launched with only 2 players, so it's kind of meant for each of you to get in 1 car each. If you're only playing this with just 2 of you, each get in a car, and then when you're driving the car, pull up your interaction menu, go down to snacks, and every time you're getting shot, you can just keep on refilling your snacks and just keep on picking these guys off, because they only attack you on motorbikes. This is extremely easy, but if you guys want a more stress-free option and just do what we do on screen, get 2 members to jump in the cars, and then you can get 1 person just to follow them from behind, either in a Kuruma, buzzard, or a supercar. Because when you guys get people attacking you on motorbikes, by me waiting at the back, when people come and attack these guys on motorbikes, because I slightly slow down, it will stop the motorbikes from going towards the clients, exactly as you guys can see on screen. So instead of him going and shooting the clients in the other cars, he's going to sit back and concentrate on me. And you can always see these guys spawning in little red circles on the map, so as soon as you see them spawning in, you can just drive straight in there, or even just knock them off the bike. And then another tip you can do is not even kill them, because if you just knock them off the bike and don't kill them, that's going to prevent more enemies from spawning in. So it just takes this guy longer to get back up, get back on his bike, and then catch up with your friends up ahead. So hopefully you do appreciate me giving you these few little extra tips, because they really do just make this mission a walk in the park. However, fast forward on to the next part, because this part is so goddamn easy. You guys will need to drop the clients off at this little car park at the church where the funeral hearse spawns, and then from here, all you have to do is simply protect that area until the time runs down. And like I said, there is no helis, there's no armored cars coming, there is literally just a bunch of random dudes coming on motorbikes. So that's why I mentioned to you guys, if you don't actually own a Kuruma, you can just pull out a really fast car and just keep driving up and down the road in front of the area you're protecting, just knocking these dudes off their bikes, because they're so easy to deal with. And as you guys will notice, once the time runs down, we all receive a mind-blowing $67,000. Holy fucking shit. I know for a fact all of you guys would have been happy seeing something like 50, 55. To receive just under $70,000 for doing 1 contract mission. By the way, that wasn't difficult whatsoever. You guys literally have no reasons to complain. Get on today, start making the most of this, and get on your grind. And like I mentioned in the intro, this might happen to you, as you can see on screen, where you're only left with 1 contract on the wall, but it's a shit dead contract. It's going to drag on for over 20 minutes. It's only going to end up giving you 30k. So what you want to do, remember we are in an invite only session, so simply hold down the D-pad, quickly flick over to story mode, press start, and then simply go into another invite only session, and that will refresh your contracts. You can't just join another session then join back, because your contracts will remain the same in that session. And what you guys must remember is we're not playing on an online server or in a public session. So when you guys press start and go back into an invite only, it practically takes less than 1 minute. And I know this used to be a big thing for me back in the day. I never used to like finding new sessions because of all the time wasted loading in the sky, waiting to load into a game. Whereas with this method, you come on, you're able to get on it straight away and start making some serious dough. However, moving straight into the 4th best money making method, and this has got to be a method that a lot of you guys should definitely do if you haven't previously done it. Now I will explain exactly why that is the case, but that is basically the special vehicle work. Of course, with the new import and export DLC which came out recently, everyone knows about the new import and export stealing cars, and a lot of people have overlooked this special vehicle work option which also got released with this DLC. And to be honest with you, they probably looked over it with good cause, because it wasn't that great for money compared to other methods. However, as of today, all the way up to the 30th, Rockstar Games are also offering double money and double RP on all of this special vehicle work. And even though you might know that information, that's double money and double RP, I've still seen a lot of people, or still pretty much 95% of the players I speak to, have no idea how the payouts work when it comes to this special vehicle work. So I did go ahead and fully test it out myself earlier today, and I can confirm it is all time based. Just like the contact missions back in the day, I'm sure you guys are aware, Rooftop Rumble, gamble, time to get away, tie another job, you would always earn more the longer you spent in the mission. So even if you go ahead and complete the mission in like under 10 minutes, you can just sit AFK for an extra few minutes and get a much bigger payout. So that is exactly the same case with this special vehicle work. It did take me hours just to find that out, I'm not gonna lie, because there is no information out there on the internet to do with this. But in basic layman terms, you can earn around 40k per special vehicle mission, because you do earn a flat fee max around 26 to 28k when it's not double money and double RP. So on some missions you do have a nice potential to earn up to 52k on some of these missions. Now the reason why I would say all of you guys at least play these once, one, because they're extremely fun, okay? You get to try out all of these new sick concept vehicles that I know a lot of you guys that play legit won't own, because they're very, very expensive. So by playing these missions, it just gives you guys some time to try out the new vehicles and have fun with them. The contact missions, secondly, are extremely easy, so there is no stress whatsoever. And thirdly, as I mentioned, you're going to be earning that discount just in case these vehicles become on sale in the future, because Rockstar, you got to remember, are always doing big sales. They might have a new DLC coming out March, and when they think to bring that DLC out, you'll see all of these cars get slashed in half. And with the discount from playing these missions on top of it, you guys will be saving a shit ton of money in the long run, as well as making money during double money. So I thought I'd definitely have to include this in my top 5. Nonetheless, moving straight onto the 5th method, and this is a method I have spoken about before, but I've got to include it in here because I know a lot of you guys ain't going to be bikers and you might only be able to register as a CEO. And this is basically how you can use the CEO work and challenges continuously to the best method to maximize your pay. There is tons of different ways to do this and tons of different collaborations. I've tried out a bunch over the months, and I've got to say, hands down, flat rate, this is the easiest because it's practically an AFK method. AFK meaning away from keyboard, so you guys can practically sit back, eat your dinner, watch movies, and still be earning money in the background. There isn't a better feeling. So first things first, you guys want to go ahead and obviously register as a CEO or a VIP so you're able to launch any VIP work or challenge. Now if you guys are very, very new to GTA 5 and you're still even unable to do this, all you guys want to do is leave a comment down below underneath this video with your PSN or your gamer tag and just say need CEO. I'm sure it won't take that long until you get some replies. So once you guys are in a free roam session and you've registered as a CEO, you now want to hire one associate. That's all you guys will need, is one associate. So I'm pretty sure the majority of you guys have at least one friend or one crew member that you can invite to do this with, or as I just mentioned a minute ago, you guys can just look in the comment section down below and find yourself an associate, or you can leave a comment yourself and say I'm a CEO looking for an associate on whatever console you're on. Nonetheless, the majority of the time, if I'm going off personal experience, if you guys just want to go into a public session and just spam out invites to random players, you don't even need this player to be good, you just need him to join your CEO. So it's very, very easy to get someone to join your CEO. Coming from someone that actually plays GTA 5 daily, I've sent out a bunch of invites to random people every time, and I always get people joining my session, and I'm able to do this method with them straight away, no hesitation. Of course, it's always best to do it with a friend, but like I said, if you guys have no friends or whatsoever that play GTA 5, don't worry, you won't be missing out on any friend bonuses or anything like that you usually earn from doing contact missions. So going off feedback from my previous money guides, you guys seem to really like it when I start these money guides as if I just jumped on GTA 5 for the first time on the day. So as you guys can see on screen, I'm outside my office, the Maze Bank office right now. I've got a crew member to become an associate, so now he's an associate. What you guys want to do, the first thing you guys want to launch is go down to VIP challenges, and you want to start most wanted. And as I did mention earlier, of course everyone now knows different work and different challenges, however it's the method we're going to be using to complete this which just makes this method so goddamn easy, you really can't complain. So as you guys can see, I actually started most wanted from outside of my office. You guys don't have to do this. The reason why I'm doing it for the video is just so you guys can clearly see a bit of a route on how I actually get to the location that we have to, that the police won't be able to get us. So if you guys have never done this before and you're completely baffled with what's going on right now, most wanted is a challenge between you and the fellow organization members to survive the longest with a 5-star wanted level. However, I remember back in the day, I started this unexpectedly on one of my friends trying to troll him so he can get 5 stars after him, and he ended up just driving and he ended up discovering this little location location, which I'm going to show you on screen right now, that is just the perfect AFK spot to complete this straight away without any stress. So all you want to do as I'm doing on screen, follow this train track, keep driving straight, and then we're going to park up just on the right side of this train track where the police won't be able to get us. The great thing about this, like I said, it's perfectly legit. As you guys can see, we just found the perfect spot to avoid the cops getting us without using any glitches, any wall breaches, or any exploits like that. I'm going to pull it up once again so you guys can see the exact location that I am. But nonetheless, this is it. From here, we don't have to waste time driving around, wasting bullets on enemies. We literally just park up and sit back, watch some YouTube videos, eat our food, crack some jokes, and we are getting paid. This is why I've got to say it is by far one of the best, if not the best method right now to farm some insane money from. And I must also add, this is only the first part to this method. There is still another part to come, which will be increasing our money, which will be earning us more money. And also, in case you guys forgot from the intro, I'm also going to be showing you how you can increase and earn some bonuses whilst you're just doing this. So as you guys can see on screen right now, as soon as the challenge is over, it only takes 10 minutes for sitting AFK, we receive a nice 21k. Now if that wasn't good enough, like I said, as soon as that finishes, all you guys want to do is drive up to where I am, pull up your interaction menu, go down to Securo Serve, go down to VIP work this time, and then we want to start executive search. And then bang, as you guys can see, it starts straight away because we're already sitting in the executive search, plus we're still underground. Now if you guys remember earlier on the video, I said a lot of people are going around in public sessions just doing crates. So to be honest with you, the majority of people won't even acknowledge you in their session. We're actually in a public session right now, as you guys can see on screen, and we never actually got bothered once. And I've done this for a good 4 or 5 hours earlier today. So if you guys remember, that's the reason why I started the most wanted challenge first rather than the executive search, because once you guys start the most wanted challenge, you and your association will be put on passive mode. So even if players in your session want to come over and try bother you and kill you, they still won't be able to. So they'll end up giving up. By the time you get around to doing this executive search, it's more than likely they're going to think, fuck those guys, they're just in passive mode acting like bitches underground. And as you guys can see, exactly like my most wanted challenge just a second ago, I'm going to fast forward this gameplay, and as soon as 10 minutes passes, instead of getting 21k, we get a nice 25k this time, taking my total to 46k for just sitting AFK under a bridge. And this is what I'm saying to you guys, when I emphasize how epic and sick this method is, I legit mean this is a sick method to farm out. And as you guys can probably see, all I done was drive 5 seconds back to the most wanted spot, pull up my interaction menu, go down to VIP challenges, bang, most wanted started again. And it is as simple as that. You can literally keep on repeating this process as much as you like. Now this is good enough as it is. I was doing this method right here perfectly for weeks on end, until recently I thought to myself, hold on a second, you guys know I'm the man when it comes to making legit money on this game. So we're even able to increase this by using our brain after the latest DLC. So what you guys are seeing right now is from my perspective, the CEO. However, if I switch things up and go to the associate's point of view, you guys will see that the associate is actually receiving an extra 5k every 15 minutes from Securo Serve, literally just for being my bodyguard, as well as 200 RP every 45 seconds just for sitting next to me. So staying in my proximity, he receives 200 RP as well as 5k every 15 minutes. Now you're able to actually increase that 5k up to 10k very easily. So as you guys just saw on screen, my bodyguard ended up receiving 9k instead of 5k. And basically, to increase your Securo Serve wages, all you have to do is basically do buy missions from your office. So every buy mission that you complete, if you guys don't know what a buy mission is, that's just when you go and get a crate and deliver it to your warehouse. Every time your associate helps you out with one of those, his wages will go up by $500. So by far the best thing to do straight away, as soon as you get on, whoever's the CEO, just do a few of those, because receiving an extra 10k every 15 minutes literally does add up very, very quickly. So as you can see on screen, as soon as we finish that most wanted again, I get another easy 21k, taking my total to a nice 66k already. However, for my associate, he's currently sitting on 86k because he received 2 Securo wages. Plus, if you guys guys want to work out the maths of 200 RP every 45 seconds, I can't even be bothered to work out the math. All I know, that equals a lot of RP. And as I did mention, I'm not lying when I say we was doing this in a public session. You can see these randoms running around our map. A few even tried to get near us, but like I said, when you're doing the most wanted, it looks like you're in passive mode. So there is very few people in the world that will literally just sit around and look at you for 10 minutes. But like I said earlier as well, most lobbies nowadays only have about 5 or 6, 7 people until people start backing out trying to find empty sessions. So if you do have like 1 or 2 people in your session, don't even bother backing out yet. What you can just try doing is driving more up the tunnel and then start an executive search. That's another great thing about this area. If you guys have played executive search before, you'll know that there's a few different locations in this spot that you can go and hold off. I believe the docks is one, Cypress Flats is another one, and obviously this tunnel where we are right now. So all in all of these executive search places are less than a mile to drive from that tunnel, as you guys can see on screen, literally here in a couple of seconds. Now I'm also going to fast forward this gameplay just to prove to you guys that we do receive another 25k. This is another great thing about this method. The payout never decreases or increases depending on how much you've done it or how long you've spent in certain locations. It is literally the same every single time, and because it's unlimited, as soon as we finish the executive search, bang, all we have to do is start up another most wanted, and that's another 45k in our bank. So there we go guys, an ultimate money making guide, the top 5 best ways to make money as of today. I know you guys much prefer when I cover more than one method in the video, so hopefully you do appreciate me covering the top 5 best money making methods. It really has taken me ages to put this video together, so all I ask is you return the favor by dropping a like down below. Also feel free to check out some more money making guides down below in the description, and if you guys are new around here, feel free to subscribe as I do post daily GTA 5 videos. Thanks a lot for watching guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.